It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, for one of the first times ever, we're doing a fashion frame showcase video. We're getting tons of requests recently, and we've got some of my most requested fashion frames to show off in this video today. I'll be telling you how to get all these items and things like that, so let's get right into it. And if you guys like this video, I'll do another one like next week or something with some other fashion frames I use, such as, like Korra and all that. So let's get right into it. But before I do, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. I appreciate all the support in the recent videos, guys. It means a lot. I will not be live on stream tonight, but I'll definitely be live tomorrow grinding out some Warframe. Alright, let's get right into it with the first fashion frame. One of my most requested for sure is Garuda Prime. Look at these amazing spiky blood wings. Now, if you want to get these blood spike wings, I have some bad news for you. This Sanguinox Prime Ephemera that I'm rocking right now came with Garuda Prime access, and you cannot get access to these blood spike wings unless Garuda Prime access comes back. So I'm just going to go ahead and show all the colors I'm using on all these fashions really quickly as I'm talking, because I like to tell the story of these fashion frames too. So this fashion frame right here was created once Garuda Prime came out. I used to have an old like purple and gray look for Garuda Normal, but once Garuda Prime came out, I actually switched over to this. I thought it looked a lot better with all these metallics and stuff that Garuda Prime has. You toggle the Prime details off, it looks very similar to Garuda Normal. But yeah, with the Prime details, I like that silver, so I threw on some silver. And yeah, I really don't like the Garuda Prime base helmet. I think it looks way too bird-like. It like really reminds me of Zephyr too much. Like if I see a Garuda Prime in a mission, there is a good chance I can't tell if that's a Zephyr or a Garuda unless they're casting abilities. But so I did end up buying a 10-gen helmet called the Garuda Sakura helmet. This is 10-gen, so on console you guys can buy it for plat. On PC, it's Steam currency. I've also got another Garuda 10-gen skin called the Successor skin. So we're using the body of the Successor skin and the helmet of the Sakura helmet. The Successor helmet is also pretty okay, but I just really like that bat ears on this helmet personally, as I do view her as a vampire character. As far as the accessories, we also got the Garuda Prime accessories. Now, these will not come back until Garuda Prime is resurgenced, and she just got vaulted with Gauss. So you start a timer for basically like a year from now, or maybe longer. So that Kukri Prime armor set, besides the chest piece, because the chest pieces are usually just too much to take in. It's just so many spikes. But yeah, it's very spiky and bloody. The Sanguinox Prime Ephemera is the blood spike wings you see right here. And again, you will not be able to get those for quite a while. Hopefully you got them earlier. And then as far as the Cyandana, it is the newest Nightwave Cyandana, the Stealth Flare Cyandana. I highly recommend trying this one out, but do keep in mind, when you are changing these, this energy fire on the back, if you're trying to match your Sanguinox Prime Ephemera, I have found that you need to be a little bit particular with which choices you make on the colors here, because the energy colors of this fire can really, it can be kind of deceptive when you're in the screen here. So make sure you preview it before you go on a mission just to make sure you're looking good, okay? So that is basically it for the Garuda fashion frame. We got the Hydralisk sigil, basically invisible too. So that's going to be the first one. And now for the next one, we're going to be going over Ash. Ash has a 10-gen skin as well. So basically, unfortunately for this look, you can't really go out of your way to acquire this. You can buy the helmet and the skin, but you cannot get the Sanguinox Prime or the Kukri Prime for a long time, unfortunately. But moving on to Ash, I think you can get almost everything on this fashion frame right now. So we got the Ash Xenomorph look, is using the Ash Ikuman helmet and Ikuman skin. Now, this is an invisibility frame, so when you go invisible, you're not going to be able to see this. But thankfully for Ash, he only goes invisible for like 20 seconds at a time. So you will be able to see him once he leaves invis. And the way that this look is going, I have turned the effects intensity up. I have actually intentionally picked these energy colors in Ephemera, so I have this little red evil aura underneath me when I'm invisible. So I can actually see where my character is. So you see, I go invisible, there's like Doom Eternal, gross infested stuff underneath me. That's how I know where I am, or that's how people on stream can know where I am pretty easily. We do have a red color just for a very creepy look on that. So the Spore Ephemera was chosen specifically for that little gross red stuff underneath my character's legs. Now, the Spore Ephemera is probably the only thing on here you cannot currently get, besides maybe this old raid cosmetic right here. But we got the Ash Ikuman helmet. It's made by Volbjorn, one of my favorite 10-gen artists. Hopefully they come back and start making 10-gen again. But it's an infested themed Ash. We had a scorpion ponytail basically, and the colors are basically just red and black. So we got, technically they're grays, but yeah, we got gray on the Katir palette and all that. Now I did make this look just because I am a big fan of the Alien movies, well, most of them at least, and I just thought it looked really cool. These xenomorphs are cool looking. They are straight up. They are, and this was pretty close. Fun story. The reason I got into playing Warframe in the first place is when I found the Borderlands pre-sequel to be very underwhelming, and I was like surfing Steam, and I saw Nyx Prime's helmet. It reminded me of a Xenomorph Queen, so that's why I started playing Warframe. But yeah, Xenomorph Ninja Ash. I mean, the build for Ash, Zombie Ash build's up for like a month ago. Really good build. Which red do we have on here? We got the Valentine palette. So there's lots of good reds and like grays in this game. It just depends what color palettes you have. I have nearly every color palette, so I just kind of like go wherever, like whatever's looking good on that day. But as far as the attachment, we do have the new ghillie chap. I just find that kind of fun. It's not it probably makes the look a lot worse. Not very intimidating, but we have this little fish guy floating around us as a new armor piece. Got the Ash Noble animation set. And as far as the attachments, we literally just got the ghillie chap armor shoulder plate because he floats around, he's funny. And the Spore Ephemera, now I think this came from Nora's Remix Volume 4. It is not currently available, but I mean, most people probably don't even like it. It drops this Infested stuff on the ground. Probably everybody doesn't even like that one. So you got plenty of choices on a replacement to that one, although you will not have that red aura underneath your feet, unfortunately. I'm sure there's another one that does that similar, but those blood spike wings look really cool. All right, so let's move on to the next one. We got Ash. Not really a whole lot going on my Ash, like because to be honest, he's mainly invisible. I think this cosmetic right here, the Jordis Sakara, or whatever this is, this came from the Jordis Verdict Raid. Yeah, it came from the Jordis Verdict Raid, and the raids are no longer in the game. So yeah, the Infested Raid cosmetic right here, and the Grenier Raid cosmetic here. You cannot get those, you can't get the Ephemera anymore, but besides that, everything else is, you can just go buy it in the market, basically. Let's move on to the next frame. And I'm trying to remember who that was. I think it was Mirage. No, it's Saren, actually. Okay, so Saren has a story for the fashion as well, because I actually have 6 different Saren fashions. I don't think I'm going to show you every... I can flip over all of them, but I'm not going to go in-depth on them. I'll go in-depth on this one. But yeah, first off, let's just go ahead and show all my Saren fashions. And keep in mind that I don't use all these. So we have a Vampire Queen look here for Saren with the Sanguinox Prime. We've got a look I don't actually ever use. I think this was made by a viewer and sent to me. I don't ever really use this, but it looks decent. We've got the... Okay, this one is like the Evil General look. This is using Void Shell, and I have actually won Fashion Frame contest with this look. So, yeah, here's the Void Shell textures. Iatan Elegance, Tarnished Morphix, Gallium Glaze, Iatan Elegance. Iatan Elegance is pretty good for this, like, carbon fiber kind of look, I found. Also Tarnished Morphix. It's just a good... Actually, it might be Tarnished Morphix that these the carbon fiber look. But yeah, there's lots of Void Shell textures you can choose from. And we are using... well, I might as well show this one, too. We got the Prisma Edo chest plate. We got the Photo Smid shoulder plate. This is the Infested Ancient on my shoulder. That's what you get. I don't know where you can get that from nowadays, to be honest. But yeah, the Sanguinox Prime Ephemera. And for the Cyandana, we don't even have a Cyandana equipped, because this Proto Smid shoulder armor is basically just a Cyandana as far as I'm concerned. But the main one I've been using recently is not this one or this one. It's this one. This one was made for the fact I finally got my green Tau shards on Saren, and the greens used on this art meant to mimic the Emerald Archon shards. So we've got the Saren Night Hunter helmet and skin. We've got the Saren Noble animations, and as for attachments, we got the Nymore shoulder plates and leg plates. This is the newest Nightwave armor. That's like it's like level 28 or level 29 to get that stuff. And the Cyandana is the level 30 Cyandana, so go grind the Nightwave if you want to look like this. And we've also got the Shard Hex Ephemera. That's how you see my Archon shards when I'm walking around. You can get this from Call's Garrison once you've beaten the Veilbreaker quest. I think DE did fix it too, where you can actually see if they're Tau shards now. Kind of. No, not really. You still can't tell if the green shards are Tau shards with this Ephemera, but you're supposed to be able to tell that. But yeah, they need to just patch that. But yeah, besides that, as far as the Fashion Frame options, we've got the just a bunch. This was meant for the new, basically the new build for Saren, or rather the new video for Saren, where I'm using a bunch of Tau shards. We got the Tenno palette for this gray, Smoke palette, I'm assuming for that one. The first green is from the Corpus palette, top right corner. This is not exactly the one it's meant to be mimicking the Archon shards. The one's mimicking the Archon shards is from the Halloween palette. It's basically like a greenish yellow. And that one, I've gotten a lot of compliments on this. People have been saying, hey, finally a fashion that's not red and black for once. Well, as you saw, I just showed you at least 1 or 2 that weren't red and black. But we'll have another one after that is red and black, to be honest. Now, as far as the Signa placement is actually pretty important. We have the Creo Signa. This is no longer obtainable as of the Gargoyle's Cry going away, but this looks a lot better than the this one, I'd say. But if this is all you have, go for it, I suppose. The Y offset's the most important part about these, though. Making sure you place it properly above that, so it's not clipping through too much. Now, it is technically clipping through this like thing right here, but hey, at the end of the day, it's Warframe, Fashion Frame. Someone's gonna be clipping, in my viewpoint. So, as far as the sigil, we got the Katir Sakaras, just a little bit extra fanciness on the sides, and we got the front sigil of the Mastery sigil, which I thought was kind of cool, and it's red, or it's black and yellow, and the alpha is turned down a lot. So, sigils can be pretty finicky, but I think that one looks pretty decent. Let's move on to the last couple here. Let's go over Mirage now, because I've gotten a lot of requests about Mirage Fashion Frame. And if you guys want to see more of my Saren Fashion Frame in depth, I can do that in the future maybe, but for right now, I'm just going to show the one that people have been asking about the most. Now we got Mirage Prime. I use this fashion a lot. Now this is actually not my original Mirage fashion from way, way back in the day. This is my original Mirage fashion when I start, well, besides some of the skins. I used to use Mirage Normal all the time, because Mirage Normal was the newest frame when I started playing the game way back. But yeah, after Mirage Prime came out, I kind of got rid of Mirage Normal, to be honest. But here we are with the Mirage Prime helmet, the Mirage Grax skin, and as you saw with the red and black Saren fashion frame, I do like this Proto Smid attachment with red and black fashion frame. I just think it looks pretty cool with the red and black Ancient. So yeah, Proto Smid, shoulder guard, Kukri Prime, shoulder guard, left Eos, right Eos, and Vengeful Trickster. The Vengeful Trickster is from the Radiation Lich. Now, as far as the Cyandana, I don't think we have a Cyandana. We don't have a Cyandana on here. Don't need that with the Proto Smid. And as far as the colors, it's going to be red and black. I'm assuming you can tell what that's going to be from at this point. So what is that red from, though? I'm wondering. So we got a gray from the Classic Saturated. Of course, you could normalize these grays. Like, okay, I only want to use grays from this color palette ever. I have like grays from random color palettes here and there. Not exactly the most organized. All right, so yeah, the thing about this Mirage fashion I actually like this Prime helmet a lot more than the Grax helmet personally, because the Grax helmet goes back to default Mirage appearance, but has some like textures on it. So really nice here. I mean, the biggest thing with Mirage is it's not really about the fashion of the frame itself. It's more about the fashion of your Ogress. Make sure the Ogress energy color you have is basically invisible, or you're going to be blinding your teammates. That's the more important. That's more important than your Mirage fashion, honestly. If you're firing that Ogress and you're getting like take fire, like see how I fire off the Ogress and there's no fire afterwards? That's the most important part. But hey, you know what? Maybe you don't care. So, if you're in my squad, though, you better care. As far as the ephemera and all that, I do think the Vengeful Trickster does look cool. But if you want something a little bit more extravagant, you could go for a different ephemera than the Vengeful Trickster, which is pretty subtle. Moving on to probably the last one we're going to show in this video, let's go over Titania, as this is one I rock a lot, and I get a lot of questions about it, and lots of compliments too. So, hey, look, it's kind of red and black. Are you happy now? So as far as the wings on this one, we got multiple wings. We got the Sanguinox Prime and whatever these custom ones are cut from, the deluxe one. So as far as the skin, we got the Titania Empress helmet. I do think that's the best skin for Titania personally, but I've seen lots of good looks on Titania, so really up to you. The Titania Noble animation, this is how you make your characters fly around. Buy this animation for any frame. You can equip it in other frames. Attachments are going to be the Kukri Prime shoulder guard and leg guard. Sorry, you can't get that right now. The deluxe wings are the Titania Moitoran wings. So these extra wings right here, those are from the Titania Deluxe bundle. And we do have the Sanguinox Prime ephemera again. No Signa equipped because, honestly, Signas can be a little bit distracting in my eyes. For your color choices, we actually have one of these as default, funny enough. I don't think we do not have a sight. So lots of my fashions don't have Cyandanas on them, guys. Ash didn't have one. Mirage didn't have one. One of those Sarens didn't have one. And also Titania does not use it either. For the sigil, we got the Grim Grin Nabaris sigil. Just the like red energy effect on the front. Looks kind of cool. We don't have a back sigil. And attachments, I already showed that. Cyandana, no Cyandana. And for the color choices, they're probably going to be all over the place like the other ones too. Oh, I love Hollow's Eve. Hollow's Eve is a free palette that has really good purples on it, by the way. So yeah, Hollow's Eve purple. Nice dark purple. For the yellow, it looks like we got Tenno palette. And for emissives, we got Twilight. And we got Agony. We got to talk about default energy color, funny enough. And then also classic for the red. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this video interesting at least. Maybe some fashion frame inspiration. I'm not saying go copy it one for one, but if you like the ways these characters look, I mean, at least you know what some of the cosmetics are now. I think that unfortunately some of these cool ones, like the Proto Smid, you cannot get that anymore, which I find kind of sad. But like if you want to go buy the Tenogen, I mean, I got the Grax skin here. No, now I'll admit, Night Hunter is probably the best skin for Saren in my eyes. But I'll let you know as well. I have like 3 Saren Tenogen skins, so you can definitely mix and match. Like I think some of these looks are using a combination of 2 different Tenogens. So we got Night Hunter on this one, but like for example, I have the Integra skin, which is a very metallic looking Saren skin. I got the Napellus, which has a funny helmet. I've got the Night Hunter, which is probably my current favorite, and there's some other ones too. Like the Blade of the Lotus has a cool helmet. So really up to you guys. You have lots of options in this game. I'm showing you what I currently have. And yeah, the Void Shell is really, I think the Void Shell is going to be like your most customizable options. Like the amount of textures you can choose on here, you can go from this to this. So you have your options, guys. So hope you find it fun. I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and I'll make a video with more of these in the future. And if you do want me to make another one of these in the future, let me know which frames you would like to see. Currently, I've got like the Korra and some other ones, Korra, Wisp, etc., etc. So I'll go over that if you guys want it. If not, this is probably the only one ever, and I appreciate all the support, guys. Take it easy. Peace.